Welcome back. It's now time for your lunchtime sports, and I am Jermaine Brown. The Paraguayan delegation had to endure anxious moments less than 72 hours before their friendly international against Jamaica's reggae girls after the South Americans were denied entry to the island due to immigration issues on Monday. It took the intervention of government representatives, the senior management of the Passport Immigration and Citizenship Agency PICA, and the JFF to overcome the challenges. JFF General Secretary Dennis Chung outlined the challenges which ensued.
Paraguay girls are now all through immigration. There was an incident earlier where they were held up. About half of them were held up because they were checking some visa issues. I had reached out to a minister of government who had put me on to Andrew Winter. I spoke with Andrew and he had assisted greatly in having the matter resolved. So happy to report now that they're all out. There are two more who are coming in from Spain at 6 o'clock. Hopefully they'll be okay. They're not.
The Paraguayans are expected to have their first training session today after traveling to Montego Bay last evening after their ordeal. Now, Thursday's match is scheduled for 8 p.m. before Sunday's second encounter at the National Stadium starting at 6 p.m. Now, many-time champions Jamaica College will host the Haile Selassie in one of two quarter-final round matches in the Issa Manning Cup this afternoon. In what will be a doubleheader at the Stadium East facility, JC will first meet Haile Selassie at 1 p.m. A win for JC will see them book their semi-final spot, having beaten Woolmer's boys in their opening quarter-final game over the weekend. Now, Stats could also book their semi-final spot when they take on Woolmer's boys at 3:15 p.m. Stats outscored Haile Selassie 3-2 in their opening quarter-final match over the weekend. Experienced netball coach Winston Nevers believes the young players had the biggest win for the Sunshine Girls despite their poor showing at the Fast 5 World Series, which ended on Sunday in New Zealand. After finishing second at the last two editions in 2018 and 2019, the Sunshine Girls failed to win a match over the two-day event, ending sixth and last on the table. Following defeats to Australia, South Africa and Uganda on the opening day, the Jamaicans were beaten 27-32 by England and 22-40 by New Zealand in their last two preliminary matches. The team also lost a second time to African nation Uganda 10-32 in the fifth-place playoff. But despite the results, the former national assistant coach backed the move from Netball Jamaica to send a number of young players on the trip.
Now, this time around, we have some really young players, and I really believe this is how the Netball Association should do things, because I can remember when we played this series against Barbados and South Africa should be here. South Africa never come, so they play the male team, and I was mad about it because these young girls need to get the exposure, and this is what we should do from a long time, and see it we found wanted now. But I think this time around we had learned something from it, and we have to continue to do things like this, bring the young one them, because you have even young girls now from presently in school now that play down in New Zealand.
Australia won their first Fast 5 title, beating South Africa 34-20 in the final, while New Zealand took third place, beating England 39-25. Some cricket news now. Former West Indies cricket president Dave Cameron says strengthening territorial boards and its structures can start the resurgence of the regional team. Cameron, who was speaking in a special one-hour interview on TVJ on Monday night, also outlined other hindering factors. He revealed that there were territorial boards who did not support the move to restructure the game at the regional level, and even so, those boards were not punished.
No action was taken. No action was taken. And they continue to get all the requirements. And to date, I'm not sure if they've actually submitted it.
Like a
There's also situations where countries were supposed to submit financials. We had discussions and numerous meetings about these things. And as a group, body collective, nobody would sanction each other.
Cameron also explained that he's committed to the development of cricket and has already made steps in doing so.
Myself and Richard Pybus and Courtney Brown, we have teamed up and we've decided that we need to create something to replicate what we've done for Cricket West Indies in a controlled environment.
And that is Stumps for now. And I am Jermaine Brown. Shamela, it's back to you.
Thank you, Jermaine. And that's the Midday News. I'm Shamela Pula, and join us at 7 for Primetime News. On behalf of the news, sports, and production teams, good afternoon.